Hello and welcome to Nerdy Gaming with a Rabid Beaver. I am your host, the elusive Rabid Beaver. Today we're doing PlayStation 3 finds on a budget. Now, I'm going to give you fair warning here. I am over the budget on this show. We normally do it for 40 bucks, but man, I found some stuff and I just could not wait on it. Without further ado, let's just jump right in. So today, guys, let's talk about our finds that we found today. Let's talk about where we're going, what we got, how much we got, this huge layer, this huge stack of games here, and see how much we paid for it. Now, most of these games I paid $5 a game for. There was a couple that I paid a little bit over that. And I've got to admit, there's a lot of stuff here. So let's just get right into it. So the first one that you saw on the top was Brothers in Arms, Hell's Highway. And it's got some case damage there and some case damage here, but it's complete in box. It does have both the game and also the manual with it, but like I said, it's got sticker damage here that's got to come off and be cleaned. That case has got to be cleaned, and it's a little bit yellowed, but it's fine. And if we head over to the live scene, we can see how much that's going to be. So used complete in box is $7.61. Now I paid $5 for this game, so I got a heck of a deal. That's $2.61 in profit currently is what we've got. All right, let's move back and I'll show you the next one that we're moving through. So the next one is kind of one that you can find out in the wild, but it's getting a lot more rare to find as the days have moved forward, especially for collecting for PlayStation 3. And I just found this on a whim at a pawn shop, and it was just something that happened. And that's going to be Rogue Warrior for the PlayStation 3. Now, it's had a tag on the side and on the back that's got to come off. The case is a little bit yellowed from sitting in the direct sunlight, but it's wonderful. And this one had a nice little signature on it from the previous owner saying who it was. But, you know, really, it's complete in box. It's not going to damage that. And then we've got the disc itself that's right here for Rogue Warrior. So I'm very happy with this. It's even got the manual, or not the manual, the registration card on the inside of it. Now, I paid $5 for this game as well. Let's run over to the live scene. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Realest guy in the room, as they say, right here. PlayStation 3 Rogue Warrior, used complete in box, is going to be $17.95. You can get almost $14 for it with no box and with no manual, but having a box, you can get $10.77 for it. You can get up to $9 for trade if you trade it in with eStarland.com. So I am giving you guys a shout out, eStarland. I like using your price guide because you give it all whenever you've got it. So that's an awesome thing there. Now, I paid $5 for that game, so that's 10 11 12 $12.95. That's in the positive for those of you that are currently following along with me. So we have got some good stuff going here. Our next one is going to be the Halo Killer, the one that they claimed was going to be the game of the year, and that's Lair. Lair is right here. And I'm very happy to find this. Now, this has some case damage on the bottom. It's starting to get old. You got to realize these games are starting to become almost really rare and really valuable as they move forward. Now, Lair is right here. Got everything with it. The case candy, all of it. The disc is in good shape. I mean, it's all there. The case is just in some bad shape there. Let's move over and let's see what the price of Lair for PlayStation 3 is. Boom, right here, guys. So I paid $5 for this. It is $9.03 complete in box, used with no manual, but having a box is $8.08, and no manual, no case is going to be $6.18. You can get up to $3.50 for it on trade if you're trading it currently. So like I said, I paid $5. That's $4.03 in profit that we have gained just from finding this. Now, like I said, guys, earlier, I'm doing some boo-koodles of money here, trying to make sure that we are getting the best bang for our buck, so to speak. And normally it would be all you can find for under $40 or under $30, but I went way over that today because I just found way too much good stuff on this list to let it go. Our next game on the list is going to be one that many people have played throughout the years and played a lot of the games that came before it. And that's going to be SOCOM Navy SEALs number 4. Now, this is a great tactical shooter game for the PlayStation 3. This one still had the original tab on it. Nobody ripped the original tab on it. And it also had the EB Games qualifier before they moved out and was GameStop. So that's a really cool find there for something like this. and it's complete in box. It even has the codes on the back side here. If you can see here, got the codes for the multiplayer that's there. So that's a really cool find. You don't find everything with the codes anymore. It's really hard. Complete in box is normally considered just with the case themselves. And then let's roll over and see. Now, I paid $5 for this bad boy. Let's see what it's running for online currently, shall we? Boom, right here, guys. So SOCOM Navy SEALs 4. Now, they have the full box set. If you have the full box set that came with the shooter and everything, you can get between $66.47 and $94.95 out of it. But ours is this one right here, just the game by itself. Used complete in box is going to be $9.56 for it. Used with no box is $7.17. Used with no manual is going to be $5.98. There's no trade-in value currently for this game because they are overstocked on it. But I'm telling you, that's awesome. $5 for this game, guys. That is a total profit of $4.56 running. So we have been moving ourselves. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20 for those of you that are counting that I've got right down here currently. The next game on our list was one that I played several times through, and it's one that a lot of people played and a lot of people liked and a lot of people had a lot of fun with it. And that is Legends of Wrestling. Now, this price on this sticker is correct. I paid $11.05 for this one. I think it's worth it because it was complete in box. It had everything with it for the $11. So you can find these games out in the wild. Now, this is the Legends of WrestleMania by WWE or WWF, whatever you want to call them, since they've changed over. And the PlayStation 3 version, which I'm going to show you right now, boom, popping up right there, is going to be $14.73 complete. Now, I paid $11.05. So 11 to 14 is 12, 13, 14. That's $3.67 is what I've got on that for profit. Now, with no manual, it's $8.53. And if you've got it with no manual, you can get, or with the manual, you can get up to $8 worth of trade-in value. Excuse me, I'm fumbling over my words today, but this is a great find right here for $11.05. It's a little high, but it's where it's at. What I paid for it was just a little bit below retail, but I cannot complain. Overall, I think that we've got a great deal on our stuff that's going to be taking place there. All right, back to the scene here. Now, the next game is one of the games that THQ created to make people think back in the day about what would happen if your universe was taken over or if your country got taken over. And it was one of the games that really pushed hard, but the sequel didn't do really good with. And that's going to be Homefront. That's right, guys. Homefront. With the new Chinese government, the new freedom operations and rules. And it was a great war game at the time. And it's complete in box with manual. What a great find this is. Now, this one I paid $5 for. And I know that it normally retails between $2 and $5 roughly. And East Arland, I think, is right on the money with this one when they priced it. I think they're doing a great job of just trying to make sure. Let's get over to the live scene here. So there's different versions of this game, of course, as you see, that's running, but ours is right here, the PlayStation 3 version. They priced it at $4.89. So I lost money on this game. I lost 19 cents on this game at purchase. Used no box is going to be $3.76. Used no box and no manual is $3.16. And you can get up to $2 worth of trade for this game. So that's the only game so far that I've lost money on. And we are doing really a freaking good, though. Besides that, I think that we have moved in a great direction here today. I think we've got some great finds on this, and we're going to be moving forward and having some greater finds in the future. Let's see what our next big one is here. So the next series that I got was a twofer. Now, I paid the actual price. It's on the sticker price for both of these. So don't be alarmed when I show them to you. But the first one is going to be Army of Two. Now, this one, I did pay the $9.45 for it. This is the 40-day edition that you could co-op with a friend, which I believe they've taken the co-op out. But it came even with the manual and the comic series that had the codes on it directly. So that's a great find there for the 40-day edition. Army of Two is starting to become one of the major collectible games in the PlayStation 3 library. It's getting harder and harder to find as you go through, and there's several games in the series. So I got $9.45 on this bad boy, but I also picked up its sister, the Devil's Cartel. Now, this one was missing the registration card in the back, and it did not come with the manual because they had the online manual towards the end of the life cycle of the PlayStation 3. free, and that's what this came with. So, but it is complete in box minus those things. So that's beautiful to see that. Now, I did pay the $11.35 there that you see. So I have, some money tied up in these. Did I make money on them? Let's go ahead and find out. So the first one I showed you was the 40-day edition, and it's right here for PlayStation 3, complete used in boxes, $17.55, and that's what we've got. So I made some moolah just in value of finding these games out here in the wild today. $15.60 with no box and $13.65 with no box, no manual. I'm sorry, no manual on the first one, and no box is going to be that. You can get up to $10 worth of trade value, though, directly out of it. The second one is right under here. This is the Devil's Cartel one right here. Used complete in box is $17.95. We paid $11.35, as you guys saw. Used with no manual is $10.17, and you can get up to $10 for trade-in value with eStarland.com. So I want to let you know right now, I mean, we just made some boo-koodles in value here according to the price guide. And we have done a heck of a job. I mean, that's $30, $35 for the 3 games that I've paid almost retail for in each of them. So we have been doing pretty good on that front. Plus the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 on top of that. So, and we've got one more game to go. So we have been doing a heck of a job here trying to find stuff and keeping up. The next game we got is Soul Calibur 5. Namco came out with this game a little bit towards the middle of the PlayStation life cycle, right before they went to blue tabs and ended it directly, but I got it used complete in box. Now, I did not get the DLC that came with this. The DLC is gone, but used with a manual, complete in box. I paid a whopping $5 for this game. I am very surprised that I found it out in the wild, specifically because the game is very highly collectible by a lot of people. A lot of people like the Soul Calibur collection. They like the games that come with Soul Calibur. There's also a collector's edition that's out there in the wild that is extremely collectible. It normally goes for around $40 or a little bit more than that, just depending on where you can find it at. But right around $40, $39.95, $40, $45 for the collector's edition, and you get a lot of stuff with it. And I believe that this one actually came out of the collector's edition because on the back, you can see the advertisements here. The ones that did not come with the advertisements were in regular retail sales. So this is one of the ones that has the warning and the advertisement on it. So I actually believe that this came out of the collector's edition. Now, I can't prove that without having another copy. I've got another copy coming this week, so I'll let you know what's going on with that. But let's move over to the live scene, and I'll let you see what's going on with it. Boom, right here, guys. So Soul Calibur for the PlayStation 3, it used complete in box is $12.50. I paid $5 for this game. With no manual, $10.63, and with no box, no manual, $9.38. You can get up to $6.50 for trade. And then, like I was telling you, the PS3 version right here is going for around $40, and you can get up to $18 worth of trade value if you have the collector's edition. So I think the person kept the case goodies on this one, but they traded the game. They had enough of the game. So that's a great find for us. So how much did we spend total today? Well, normally my budget is $40 or under, sometimes $30 or under, just depending on how much money I made during the week. And I paid a whopping $65 for this collection. So what is our grand total on everything that we have got today? That would be $111.77. So minus the 65, that's $46.77 of profit that we have just by finding games today. So there's money out there to be found in the games. Now, you're saying for all those games, that's not worth it. You could get better deals if you look for different things. Yes, but you got to remember, I'm pawn shopping. I'm looking in pawn shops and finding what people have traded in and what toys, misfit toys, people don't want anymore. So this is off of their shelves what they've got. If I went to eBay, I could surely rack up something and have something, but I'm going to my local pawn shops here. We've got some called Cash America. We've got some mom and pop pawn shops. We've got some pawn shops that are ran by the Pawn Authority. And I'm going to all those pawn shops and I'm just looking through their game collections and seeing what they got and asking how much they want for those games and buying them as they come. So if I can do it, if the old Rabbit Beaver can do it, so can you. And that's going to be our show for today, guys. So thank you guys so much for coming in and being here on PlayStation 3 Finds on a Budget. And I hope to see you guys back here soon, right here on the Rabid Beaver channel. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.